Hey everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're talking about the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal did a big spread on all about Northwest Arkansas, and we're going to talk about why and how do they end up getting connected to me. So let's talk about that. But before we begin, if you like and share this video with a friend or family, that would make the world of difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. So liking and also sharing just make sure that everyone can live, work, and play all in NWA. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. It sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What are the hospitals like? What are the schools like? What's going on in all the summertime of Northwest Arkansas? What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in downtown Fayetteville? All the trails, all the whole thing. All the full package of all things NWA shipped right to your home. Literally, it's a package shipped right to your home. So enter your address below, name, address, where can I ship this package to? Just let me know right below. I'll ship that package to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool, but I'm kind of biased. And. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure that get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so let's talk about the first part about the Wall Street Journal, the big article. Obviously, link below, definitely read it, all the fun stuff. But beyond that, let's talk about how they got connected with me and then what the article is actually saying overall. So the first thing we need to talk about is the fact that it's like late summer, fall last year. I was literally eating, I think I was eating Chipotle at my dinner table, and I got a text message from someone from the Wall Street Journal. Fastest text message I ever got back to, let me tell you that one. But anyways, long story short, they wanted to do a article based around the luxury market around Northwest Arkansas. I said, okay, great, we can do that. Cool, sounds good. Connect them with a bunch of clients, etc. Cool. But what happened was that when we had our first conversation, I kind of explained what was happening in Northwest Arkansas. Because, from a data set standpoint, Wall Street Journal saw, wow, these home prices have gone from nothing to something. So we should go check this area out for real estate. It then quickly morphed after I talked to them about what was going on here. Walmart, J.B. Hunt Tyson, startups, council, people moving here, flocking here, the whole thing. The trails, biking, blah, outdoor recreation. Anyways, after I started talking to them about the area, they're like, interesting. So they actually scrapped the luxury article and then moved into a full spread when it came to all things NWA, all around all of Northwest Arkansas, specifically focusing on Bentonville. But obviously the cool thing now that article is published talks all about not only real estate, but just like the area growth in general, talks about from people from J.B. Hunt, Tyson, Walmart. So just get a very broad stroke idea of what Northwest Arkansas is, and we're going to break down why that article is published and what they actually said inside there. So the first thing we need to talk about when it comes to the article itself, and this is more of like an overarching theme, is that 10, 15 years ago, Bentonville, NWA, nothing. I mean, Fayetteville was something because it has the college town, but specifically Bentonville was nothing. Because it was just a small town that held one, I don't know how, but it held one of the biggest companies in the world, so I don't know. But anyways, 10 years ago, Bentonville was really nothing. Like there was just small homes, nothing was going on per se. And then over the last decade, it's transformed from nothing to one of the best place, like the best place to live in America, all of Northwest Arkansas. So the article definitely talks about just, some of the home prices and what happened 10, 15 years ago. The start of Crystal Bridges, the start of the Momentary, all the different things that have been being built over down in Rogers, and including Fayetteville and Bentonville and Springdale. The whole area has just been grown exponentially in good sense, good fashion, investments, the whole thing in the last decade. And so it was just interesting for the Wall Street Journal to point out the fact it's like, oh yeah, 10 years ago, didn't hit the radar. Now, it's hitting all the marks. It's obviously getting the attention of not only worldwide, but obviously a lot of people in America moving here. And of course, it got the attention of Wall Street Journal as well. So basically, it was nothing. Now it's one of the most highest sought destinations in America to move to. Whoa. Before I jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. It sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? What are the places you want me to focus in on you for all those Instant Home Updates? So enter your information below and make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in the downtown section of Fayetteville? What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in the amphitheater? What new communities are coming here? What new events are coming here? What new businesses are coming here? It's just endless. There's so many things going on here. It's one day a week is not enough, but for now it will be one day a week. So every single Friday I send that email out just kind of recapping all those cool things. So enter your email below. Obviously, just want to keep all the cool things going on in Northwest Arkansas. And you will get a little FOMO, a little fear of missing out, so to speak. But I promise you'll be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And number two, what actually kind of put down the radar for the Wall Street Journal and things they mentioned in the article itself is the investment factor. And so this is going to be kind of the overarching theme of the article in general, is the fact the investment of the businesses in the area. So obviously what kickstarted a lot of this was the Walton Family Foundation, and alongside them was the Hunt family, and also obviously J.B. Hunt and Tyson family. So those three big corporations, big companies, have invested heavily into the area. So obviously they're doing downtown sections, they're doing obviously crystal bridges, they're doing new restaurants, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing obviously sometimes roads, they're doing grants, they're doing this. Obviously the Northwest Arkansas Council is deploying funds and getting people here. Obviously the University of Arkansas is drawing a lot of people here for a lot of different reasons, sports, education, the whole thing. So all these major factors have been just continuously developing, growing, putting in investment into the area. And now it's just interesting to see the actual flywheel happen. Like it took a decade of just constant putting in trail systems and obviously recreation and new businesses and startup funds and all the things, new developments for housing, all the things. And now we're starting to see just it happening and growing exponentially because of all the investments that have happened in the last decade or so. It'll be very interesting to see history look back on Bentonville and Northwest Arkansas in general, to see how you can actually build an area from really nothing into something just magnificent. And so it is cool to see that happen. I'm sure history will look back on it. I'm sure there'll be lots of obviously articles and videos stuff on like once we look back in history to see how it was developed and done. So I'm curious to see how that shakes out, but I'm excited to live here to see all the developments. And the third thing that the Wall Street Journal definitely points out, and this kind of something to read between the lines when it comes to Bentonville and Northwest Arkansas in general, is that this area is setting the standard for future developments, not here, but across the world and across America, of what actual living standards should be. And I don't mean living standards of like actual housing, I mean living standards of outdoor recreation. And it truly goes back to the phrasing that I use all the time, which obviously is awesome, is live, work, play. Is that a lot of times when you're in larger cities, you can't do all those three things because it's either crowded or congested, or it takes forever to get places, you're stuck inside, it's too hot, it's whatever the case is, too cold, Chicago. Anyways, but long story short, Northwest Arkansas is that kind of setting the standard of what it is to have actually good living quality between living, working, and playing, all outdoors, indoors, the whole thing. And so when you have this ecosystem that can kind of do all three things, you're not stuck, obviously in San Fran, you can't really go outside in San Fran because obvious reasons. You might have a good salary, good job, but can't really go outside. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of areas in America and across the world that there are perks and peaks and different stuff like that. But here in Northwest Arkansas, you can truly live, work, play, all in NWA. And Northwest Arkansas is setting the standard for future, like working, living, and playing standards, and I'm excited to be here. Last thing that the Wall Street Journal pointed out, and this is again something you have to read between the lines, is that Walmart, J.B. Hunt, Tyson, and a bunch of other factors helped grow Northwest Arkansas to where it's at now. But it's not going to be those factors that push it forward necessarily. It's going to be the community that is being built here in Northwest Arkansas. And so that's obviously part of the main reason of the article, is just outlining all the different a couple people, including some of my clients, have actually moved here to Northwest Arkansas. So they share their stories, why they moved here, what they're doing, the excitement, where they came from. And so those are the people that are actually going to be driving the community forward. And so that's just obviously it's only like 3 or 4 people being outlined in an article. There's like 35 people or more per day moving here. And so it just goes to show that the community, this whole area was being built by a couple entities, but now it's being pushed forward by so many more. And so obviously, if you're looking to move here, definitely you are more than welcome. You'll fit right in. So many communities, you'll find so many groups of people doing fun, amazing, crazy things here. So obviously that's the invitation to move here, but you already know that. But anyways, long story short, that is just a big part of the article, is just seeing all the amazing people that moved here, and they are the ones that are going to be pushing the envelope forward when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary link below. Maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it, use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's see you next one.